Live on the Mounjaro, it's Friday Night Live with your host, David Knapp. Happy Friday night, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? It is so good to be back, not only on Friday Night Live, but back in the comfort of my own home. How are you all tonight? Thank you all for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you. You're the best part of this channel, the best part of what we do here at Man on the Mounjaro. And I've got an exciting show lined up for you tonight. Good to be back live with you. Thank you to each and every one of you who joined last week when we aired the interview with the Patrice Denise. I hope you all enjoyed that. Let me know in the chat if you did. Sue, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Happy Friday night to you. Hope you've had a great week, buddy. I've been a little AWOL this week from the chats, from the groups, from the Discord, from really pretty much from everything. It's been a long and exhausting week, but it is great to be back with you all. Jess, hi, how are you? Good to see you here. BJ, thanks for joining. I appreciate that as always. The king of the Mounjaris. So yeah, it's been a week. Like I said, I was in Phoenix this past week for a industry trade show, one of the bigger ones that we do all year, and it was a lot of work. I was telling my wife, the general recap was I was busy from about 7 a.m. to about midnight every night for almost a full week. So needless to say, it was kind of hard to keep up with everything else, but it's good to be back and good to be with you all. How was everybody's week? Did everyone else have a great week? I hope that you did. Let me know. Let me know if you caught that interview with the Patrice Denise last week. I was kind of keeping up with it on the airplane. I actually had some decent enough internet to do so. And it started kind of petering out at the end. So I hope that you all enjoyed that. She was just a delight to have on the stream. If you haven't already, check out her videos. So yeah, we've got a good show lined up for you here tonight. We're gonna have all the little side segments that we normally do, and we're gonna jump into what's fresh right away here. I'm gonna roll that beautiful bean footage. So there's quite a bit from this past week that's fresh. A couple of random things too that I want to talk about. So in the world of Manjaro, one of the biggest things that happened this past week is that I don't want to say it was taken off the FDA shortage list, but the status of all of the doses was changed to available. So that's pretty exciting. We're glad to know that the suppliers, the wholesale suppliers to the pharmacies, are now stocked with their Manjaro, and we are excited for those of you who have been waiting. I am imagining that within the next few days here, early next week, that we will be able to see some of those dosages that you've been waiting for hitting the pharmacies. Kendall, thank you for the welcome back. I'm glad you enjoyed last week. Drew, what's up? How are you, man? Good to hear from you. We still need to connect. Appreciate each and every one of you for joining. Thank you to those who are joining also on Facebook. Would love to hear from you. Don't have quite as many viewers that join over there on Facebook, but I'm glad to have you, those who are joining. One of the things, and you'll have to excuse me because I don't keep up on the Rosie O'Donnell news per se, but I did see a couple articles this week that hit. Apparently she's type 2 diabetic, and apparently she's been an advocate for type 2 diabetes for some time, like 10 years or so. But she came out and she's been on the Mounjaro, and apparently she's hitting a stall and was thinking about upping her dose. I'm not sure that that's actually news, but I just thought it was interesting. Anytime that I hear about a celebrity that is taking Manjaro or is type 2 diabetic, it kind of perks my ears a little bit. Jess said that she enjoyed the interview with the Patrice Denise and went and checked out her channel afterwards. Awesome. Glad to hear that, Jess. Jess also had a great video. It's been about a week now, but a great video. If you didn't catch that, get over and check out Jess in Process. So yeah, Rosie O'Donnell is on the old Mounjaro. So I'm not sure if anybody's excited about that, but it is news. Hey, I was scraping. I might have been scraping the bottom of the barrel for some of the news tonight. Yeah, one of the things that is fresh also for those of you who have become members of the channel, welcome to Christina and Donna, who became members this past week. If you are interested in becoming a member of the channel where you can get exclusive content, early access to some select videos, you're going to want to go ahead and check out the comments. Or excuse me, the description of this video, where you're going to be able to directly link. It's very difficult on an iPhone, but the link is in the description. You can just click that link. It'll take you right to a subscribe page where you can become a channel member. But I did post a members only video, which was a recap this week of my work trip. And I saw some crazy stuff, guys. I saw some weird, wacky stuff. And the thing is, like, all of my work trips are crazy. It seems like I'm like cursed, blessed or cursed, depending on how you want to look at it. I always experience the most random and weird stuff on my work trips. So this time I just made sure to kind of keep the camera rolling as I experience some of this stuff. And I did a couple shorts, or not, I don't even know if they were technically shorter videos. I posted a couple to the channel, but so you would have seen that I drove in an autonomous taxi, which was wild with no driver. But I took another video that actually I sat in the front seat, and I kind of I saved that for the members only video. I did a commentary on the short that I did on the crazy fire that we saw in Phoenix. That was also wild. Got to meet Michelle Hess, threw that in there. And the craziest thing that you'll want to check out if you have become a member of the channel is I'm pretty sure I legitimately recorded UFOs outside of my window on my airplane on the descent at about 15,000 feet above Phoenix, the Phoenix area. I mean, it was wild. It was wild. So if you if you are a member of the channel, you're going to want to check that video out. Let me know what you think. Emily, welcome back to the stream. Appreciate you joining, Emily. Rosie says, she says, Rosie, in case you're watching, welcome to the moon. Welcome to the moon, Rose. We'd love to have you on the channel. Love to have you on the channel, Rosie. So yeah, welcome to the stream, Jay. I think you said the Janine that people call you. I'm gonna go with TJ. Welcome, TJ. Obviously, Chrysanthemum, Chrissy. Welcome. So yeah, that's basically kind of the gist of what I put in this video on the members only side. So you'll want to check that in. Do you believe in aliens? I believe in UFOs. I believe in UFOs for sure. I seen them. It was pretty wild stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to do with that video. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. So, Joseph, hey, welcome to the stream, man. It's good to have you back. Joseph was one of the first members of the YouTube channel. Appreciate you joining, man. So yeah, that's what's new. That's what's fresh. So that is what's fresh. Strange things happen in Arizona. Yeah, TJ, for sure. For sure. I've got stories. I've got clients down there, and they all have stories of weird, wild stuff that goes on in the skies of Phoenix. If you could Google the Phoenix lights. That is a really interesting story. Yeah, there's just some wild stuff that goes on down there. So I enjoy going down there, being a bit of a conspiracy guy myself. I get into it. I totally get into it. I love it. So let's get into the next segment, which would be Fake News Friday.
You are fake news.
Fake news. So what's going on in the world of fake news? Well, Sue, this one's for you, buddy. I actually found, make sure I want to pull up the right one, but they're so small. This is for you, Sue. This was a comment. I want to go to the side here. Hey. Oh. Hey. This was a comment on my on one of my posts on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and they linked to their Telegram, and I found another pharmacy. Did you ever imagine that there would be 2 pharmacies? So I don't know how many people this pharmacy has duped, but it looks like about 2,093 by my count. Another pharmacy. This one, they didn't even attempt to spell pharmacy, but they got Ozempic and lowercase Mounjaro medicated box 100. And yeah, get your Ozempic pens with or without prescriptions, it says, at a very affordable at very affordable price. Not a very affordable price, at very affordable price. This sounds like a great deal, doesn't it? Not. All right, so they just continue to hammer away on the old Facebook, duping folks left and right. Tommy, welcome to the stream. Mel, you made it. Hi, thanks for joining. Always great to have you. I never intended to do this Friday Night Live right in the middle of your daughter's bedtime, but it's always great when we can have you on the stream. Welcome. She's my big sis from another miss. So here's another one, fake news. This one's like right across my face. So this is an interesting one that I keep seeing pop up on the old Facebook-a-rooney. People are constantly asking, can you give me your old coupon card? Does anybody have an old coupon card? I just started Manjaro. I can't get coverage. I want the OG coupon, blah, 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 blah. So here's the deal. And that was sent in by a user. So thank you. I won't mention you. If you send me these, I won't mention you unless you want to be. But yeah, the interesting thing about this is you can get an old card, but I'm 99.9% sure if you enter in an old card, they're going to activate the newest version of the card and the newest terms. I don't think you just like find a golden ticket and get the Manjaro for $25. So, and I'm sure it's against their terms and condition to be taking cards from other people, doing all that stuff. So just a word to the wise for those of you trying to pilfer old Manjaro cards. Anyhow, Charlotte Reed, Body and Soul Transformation. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the stream. Appreciate you coming. Joseph Baxter, I got taken by MedSurf Pharmacy. I really hope you didn't. Yeah, bless their hearts. That's one of my favorite expressions, TJ. People at work always laugh at me because if somebody's really like extra special, does something extra special at work, I can't help it but say bless their hearts. I just love people too much to beat them up for their poor decisions. So I'm Mr. Bless Your Heart around the office. Mel said my coupon changed and I have that first one. So yeah, I mean, point being, even if you get the OG card, you're not going to get the OG terms. Sorry. Yeah, the saga continues, right? As it relates to the old coupon card. I've got if you've got coupon questions, I've got coupon answers, and they're all in a lovely organized playlist for you. So if you want to go to the playlist and check out the playlist, you're going to get basically, I mean, don't even bother watching all of them. Just watch the one about the tiers. That'll give you a good idea of what's going on. Hey, Hambone, welcome to the stream, Hambone. My sister Ann has joined the stream. Always a pleasure to have you here, Hammy. Melissa says it's moot. I don't need the $3,000 cap. I should have a $3,000 cap, and the last coupon applied at $1,800 cap. The cards are a lot more gracious to type 2 diabetics. And a lot of people like myself, I don't really think I'm even saving that much. Manjaro is on the formulary. Dave Bone. Manjaro is on the formulary for my insurance. I think I saved like maybe $15 when I fill or something like that. Charla said, I just got cleared finally for Manjaro. Well, how awesome. Welcome to the moon for my pre-diabetes. But even with the coupon, I pay $60. Still way better than greater than 1,000. Absolutely. And congratulations. Way to advocate for yourself and be persistent. Yeah, I'm just keeping up with the chat. It's pretty active tonight. YM Soto, welcome to the stream. I don't think I recognize that screen name. I'm so glad to have you here. They said I started back in August at 214 pounds. My physician put me on phentermine and Mounjaro. I know it's not a healthy way, but being overweight with high cholesterol wasn't healthy either. I agree. And I have phentermine as well. I don't take it very often, but if I'm noticing that the old moon is not helping out, I have taken it a couple times. And frankly, I probably should take it more because the Manjaro just doesn't do a lot in the way of appetite suppression. It's more what it does for me more nowadays is it just makes me feel really full when I eat too much. So it's a deterrent from eating too much. My blood sugars are still very well controlled. It allows me to eat normal people food and feel normal people full. And so that's the job that it's doing. Yeah. So Mel said she's still getting it for 60. Beats a sharp stick in the eye. We know a lot of people have it a lot worse than that, but still, when some people are getting a 3-month fill for 25, it is probably a little bit frustrating. So yeah, I'll let the chat go for a little bit. It's just so great to be back and with all of you. I legitimately missed being here with you all last week. It was a huge bummer to me to know that I would be traveling. And then I actually, my trip lasted an extra day because there's a big ice storm here back home. So I was gone a full week, my wife home with all 4 of our kids with no help. Like I was really ready to give her the night off tonight. And she's like, no, you had a long week. I know you enjoy it. Do your live stream. So thank you to her for being so cool. She's too good to me. So yeah, that's the story. So I am happy tonight to have, well, not only my sister Ann here in the chat, Hambone. We've got a video plan in the works too. She's pretty on the up and up of all the late great health trends. She needs to start a YouTube channel of her own, but we've got a little thing up our sleeve that we need to just make the time to do, which I'm excited about. Maybe we'll do it on a Friday night. But yeah, cousin Chrissy is here again. She's pretty much my main BFF here. My main mod. She's been sharing a lot about her journey with Wegovy, which was a hot topic at the turn of the year when everybody was getting kicked off the moon, losing the coupon card, which we've touched on. She is not type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic, but in her battle for health and her health journey, and through some of our conversations, it kind of led her to Wegovy. And she's been on Wegovy for a while. So I'm going to bring Chrissy into the stream. Chrissy, give me a thumbs up if you're all ready. You good? You good, girl? All right. Hey. I can't hear you, but maybe you can hear me.
Oh.
Now we got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mute button, it wouldn't come off.
Oh, I hate that.
It says we need a little less from you. Right.
Nah.
I'm extra every day.
No, it's in the genes. We're all a bit extra.
There's just I can't say the ham bone like you can, but hi,
Hambone. I can't wait for you all to meet Hambone, my sister.
So I just have a question, quick, while we're not on task.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the live stream from an ice bath?
That or a sauna or something. There's something. Yeah.
Something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. She's got all sorts of ideas.
I've been watching the TikToks of people in freezers, like hillbilly ice bath.
That's the kind of ish that she's into. Ain't that right? Hambone, Hambone!
We've talked about it. Now I watch TikToks about it. It's fun.
Nice. It's a thing.
I feel like I need a coffee mug. Isn't that what we're supposed to drink water out of when we're on a talk show?
Yeah, I usually have my my Hawkeye glass, and then I realized, when I realized that I got home the other day that I left it down here, so it was very gross. So it has to get really clean. Couple trips through the dishwasher, she'll be good to go. The real Sister Mel says, not the fake one. That's right. Redneck. Oops, yep. So all right, back on track. All I'm gonna think about is like Joe Dirt in an ice bath right now. All right, Wegovy. How's it going?
Sorry.
Wegovy. How many weeks have you been on Wegovy now?
Almost 6. So I've done 6 shots. Is that?
Yeah.
I'll poke myself 6 times.
Nice. So you started on what dosage, and you're on what dosage now?
0.25. Now I'm on 0.5. But I think I texted you last week, like, I'm eating everything. What's going on? Like, I'm going to say it. I'll be honest. I enjoy the nausea. Because it means I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
But I'm still taking the phentermine, but not today, apparently. This is Chrissy not on drugs. This is the same. It's the same. Right. No, it's the same. I'm just the same.
So still,
I just am not hungry.
Say still, even on the 0.2, you said 0.25 is what you're on now, or what you started
I'm on 0.5.
0.5.
Start on 0.25.
Okay.
So then I'm messaging.
Milligram. Sorry, what?
Yeah. So then I'm messaging, the nurse practitioner that I'm working with. And she was like, I've heard that, like, apparently it's like a thing when people hit, is it 7.5 with Manjaro? Like, all of a sudden, wait a minute, it's not working as well. And then next dose, you're like, okay, it's back. That's what she said she had kind of heard.
I skipped a bunch of doses, so I don't have that experience. And I think that, yeah. So when you switched from 0.25 to 0.5, you were hungrier.
I was for the first week. And then I switched it up and I put it in my arm this last Sunday. And then I was nauseous for like 2 days. And I was like, I haven't been this level of nauseous ever. So I think it's going in the arm until the arm stops working, and then we'll try the thigh or wherever the fat's at, right?
I guess. I don't know. I still tend to think that the less fatty areas, you'd have a quicker absorption. And so you'd get more of the effects, more of concentrated effects and more concentrated side effects. That's my theory, but it doesn't seem to, that doesn't seem to pan out in the anecdotal things that I hear. Emily wants to know.
I feel like it's just whatever.
Yeah. Emily wants to know if you see more snackiness the first couple days after you inject.
No. Like, here's the truth. I'm addicted to food. So Sundays are my injection day. I wait because, like, well, there was football, now there's not football. But like, I want to have a little thing on my least potent day, and then I'll, like, if I feel like I'm going to go off the rails, then I was like, I think it's time for my shot. But usually then before I go to bed, I haven't really gotten any sleepiness, but I'm like, that one time that I do it on a Tuesday afternoon, like, I'm going to fall asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed that the first couple doses I was on Manjaro is I would get really sleepy the day after I took it. Then it went away.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. I think the first shot was the most.
Yeah. Well, so the nausea, you're not the first person that I've heard say that you enjoy the nausea, because the nausea keeps you from eating.
I mean, maybe it's not nausea. Maybe it's not hungry. I don't know.
Sorry, I felt like I was going to sneeze and then it went away. That's the worst. Try to look up in the lights. Didn't help. Mindy says B12 is your friend for fatigue. Yeah, B12 for fatigue and B6 for nausea, I believe, is what I heard. Unless I'm getting those backwards. Mel said, I think I had more suppression on my 10th dose of 10 milligrams when I hit a less fatty part of my stomach. Yeah. If I had I don't know if I have a less fatty part of my stomach.
Help me find it.
Yeah. I definitely have less fatty parts of my thighs, but there's been weeks where I've taken it in the thigh and I'm like, yeah, that's some serious suppression. And then I'll switch to the next side of my thigh the next week. And it's like, did I take any medicine this week? So yeah, I don't know.
My rib.
Yeah. I don't have ribs.
I'm trying to feel my body. Thanks. What?
There's no ribs there. I'm convinced of it. Kendall, welcome to the stream. Mindy Peterson, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining, Mindy. I haven't forgot about you. I still owe you a file. Sandra, welcome to the stream, who doesn't even feel the injection when she does it in her stomach. I don't feel it that often either, but when I do feel it. Wow, sometimes it burns like the dickens. Sue's doing the thigh next week. Sue, are you on Ozempic now? Remind me. I feel like you were maybe switching, but then maybe you did get your Manjaro filled. I can't remember. It's a lot of people to keep straight on here. So back to the topic. So on 0.25 for the first 4 weeks. Now you're on probably the second dose, almost your third dose of the 5 milligram or 0.5 milligram. Where does it go from there? Does it go to 1 milligram or 0.75? Or I need to get on the up and up on the doses. Do you know where it goes?
Tell you the truth. So do
I.
So trusting. Like, you tell me, what are we doing?
Go to the Google machine.
I think it's 1 milligram, says Emily. I think she's right.
Okay. We believe you, Emily.
Because they're kind of weird. Like, it's not.
So it's 0.25, and then it's 0.5, and then it's 1, and then it's 1.7, and then it's 2.4.
Because I'm like, it's somewhere it's like double, and then it's not, and it's weird. But yeah.
Month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5. Yeah. So the highest dose is 2.4 milligrams. And I know that Mel has said that before. I just can't keep it straight. Mindy says 2.4. Yeah, y'all were way ahead of me with the Google or your head knowledge. Somebody's asking about Saxenda. Who asked about Saxenda? I've done a little bit of research, but it's been a while. Kendall, where are you asking about?
I work with a lady that said she was on Saxenda for a while, and she did really well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what I do know about Saxenda is that it's a GLP-1 medication. So like Ozempic, like Wegovy, like Mounjaro, it is a GLP-1. So it theoretically should have appetite suppression. It should have delayed gastric emptying, and it should have, it should inhibit your liver from making extra sugar. Yep. Increase satiety. Yep. So it should have all those things. Now, I'm just not on the up and up on the clinical trials, but I don't know. I know it's been on the market for a while. Is it Saxenda or Victoza? Maybe Saxenda. I'm gonna misspeak, and then I'm gonna get drilled for it. But one of those is coming off of patent this year. So one of them will actually be available hopefully sometime in the next year on the cheap. So I think that's actually going to be a huge. And again, you'll have to, maybe Emily knows. Emily, do you know if it's Saxenda or Victoza that's coming off of patent this year? Mindy says it's Saxenda. I think she's responding to me. Yeah. So there'll probably be a lot of people moving over to Saxenda just because it'll be cheap, hopefully. Mindy says it should be approved for a generic at the beginning of the year. Awesome. Thanks for the assist, Mindy. What about Rybelsus? I think Rybelsus is the oral GLP-1. I don't think that's coming off of that's not coming off of patent anytime soon. Melissa says Victoza is ending its patent. Okay. That seems to be what I remember. Yeah, Rybelsus is an oral. Rybelsus is Ozempic only in a pill form. So Rybelsus is not Ozempic. It is a GLP-1. Ozempic is semaglutide, and Rybelsus is like liraglutide or some other type of glutide. Liraglutide, dulaglutide, semaglutide. The only ones that are
need to write a song.
Are liraglutide, semaglutide. Everybody needs the whatever glutide. I gotta remember that. Who tried? Sometimes I have to remind myself.
You tried.
Rybelsus less weight loss. No, it is semaglutide. So Mindy says that Rybelsus is semaglutide. Okay. So it's just not, is it made by Novo, or is it a semaglutide that's made by another drug manufacturer? We're getting deep into it. I don't have my
You guys are
notes in
so smart.
tonight. I know everybody knows so much. Mindy, you're in it. Yes, Novo. Okay, so Rybelsus is another Novo. So what I do know off the top of my head is that Lilly is developing an oral GLP-1 that is actually supposed to be, it's supposed to rival the injectables in the clinical trials for weight loss and glucose control. And that one is called orforglipron. And that one, I believe, is in stage 3 trials this year. So orforglipron then would be Lilly's answer to Rybelsus, which is apparently a semaglutide. Semaglutide? I promise I won't keep doing that.
I want
So,
to name these things for them because
yes, I know.
clearly a baby could do it.
Yes. Yes. They're just, it's whatever glutide, right?
Rosie Hootide. The chat.
Sue with the zinger always. All right. So yeah, where I gotta stay out of the chat because then I just keep looking like an idiot when I try to talk off the cuff without my notes. So yes, you all have a lot of information to share. So yeah, and Mindy's sharing her experience. She actually took an oral semaglutide, an oral compounded version of semaglutide. Lilly has said on their calls that they believe that the clinical trials of orforglipron will rival the injectables. Now, which injectables it rivals, that's TBD. Emily wants to know when you're planning on cycling up. Are you going to move up to the 1 milligram after the next 4
I have
weeks?
2 shots left. Yes.
Okay.
And then let's get off this. I'm not impressed with the results this far. I'm like still hovering at that like 6 to 8 pounds, you know what I mean? Which like I shouldn't. I'm very much an instant gratification person. Like I wanted to lose 30 pounds in 1 month. I know that's not gonna happen. I'm kidding.
But you're
I mean, I
1 pound
wanted
a
to,
week. You're 1 pound a
but
week, right?
right. But these last few weeks, I just keep like,
Yeah. So I did a video last week. I think it was last week on stalls and how to, some things that you can change up to overcome a stall. But I've got another video like done, and I just haven't posted it yet. But it's more along the lines of like how to keep positive when you stall. So like I'm almost a month in and I haven't lost any weight in the last month. And, I have to keep reminding myself that even though I haven't lost weight, I haven't gained weight, right? My sugars are controlled and I'm still eating like a normal person and feeling like a normal person, and feeling full like a normal person. I'm not binge eating. Now I realize on Wegovy, it's not as, the appetite suppressant probably isn't as good as it is on Manjaro, especially since I'm on the highest dose of Manjaro and you're on one of the lowest doses of Wegovy. But yeah, I mean, it's really about keeping that positive mindset and keeping your mind focused on why you're doing it, and that's a
listen,
lot easier to do when the weight's falling off and a lot harder to do, when you're sitting pat for a few weeks at a time. And that's definitely where I'm at too. And it's frustrating. I mean, like this work trip that I went on, like I was walking 20,000 steps a day. I was really only eating 1 meal a day too. So at that meal, I splurged, I'd eat a steak and a baked potato, but I came back and I was like, I'm going to have dropped a couple pounds just by virtue of walking 20,000 steps a day. I don't get that many steps a day, maybe 6 or 7,000 steps if I'm lucky, because I sit behind a desk all day. But I came back and my scale was up 3 pounds, and I about threw the thing out the window and just said, the scale isn't helpful, because that's like,
you flew, and you always gain weight when you fly because you're sitting longer, your legs are in the dependent position longer, you're retaining fluid because your body's adjusting to
So this is one
different
of the things
places.
that I told Jenny is like, I wonder if like all the walking just, I mean, because I know I didn't gain weight, but it's the scale, right? The scale is just such a fickle, you know what? I mean,
Terrible.
and what I told her was, I think maybe it's just like holding on to extra weight from all that walking, you know? So, you know, I get it. Like I didn't gain 3 pounds while I was gone. Just like I wouldn't
Mhm.
have necessarily lost 3 pounds either if the scale would have gone the other direction. I mean, it just does this constantly. And
Right.
over time, you know, it's moving down. But yeah, it's just I did another video on it, and I haven't posted it because I feel like it's very similar to the other one, but it's also like more on the mental side of it. Like, okay, and I'm doing more of these videos right now because that's what I'm going through. Like I'm
Right.
stalled, and so it's like, yeah, it's about keeping that positive mindset. And I don't know what the clinical trials were for Wegovy. I need to study up on that stuff a little bit more. But my sense is if it's anything like the clinical trials for Mounjaro, it's that probably the 0.25 and the 0.5 doses of Wegovy are not probably where you see a lot of weight loss. It's probably more in the 1.7 and the 2.4, because I think Melissa
Right.
would be able to answer this. Ozempic, its sister drug, which I don't know, it doesn't claim to make you lose a ton of weight, but that's probably on the highest dose of Ozempic, which I think only goes to 1 point something,
I think it's
1.4
2.
maybe. Does
And
it
then
go to 2?
Wegovy's 2.4, right?
Really?
I feel like yes.
I don't know.
2 and
Melissa knows.
2.4, 1.6 and 2.4, something like that. I don't know. I don't do all the research like you guys. I hear it and then I think I remember it, but I never remember it right. But here's the deal. My experience, I went in with an open mind.
Yeah.
You know, this is something I've never tried before. Um, I'm not eating all night. I'm honestly eating 2 to 3 meals. It depends. Like I have protein in my coffee in the morning that usually gets me through till lunch. I am way more conscious at lunch with what I'm eating, especially if I'm at work, because I don't like to eat heavy stuff when I'm at work in the first place.
Right.
And I feel worse when I eat heavy stuff on Wegovy. So I'm not going to compound that at work. Um,
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, I'm on my feet. I'm a nurse. So like, you know, I'm running around doing things all day. I don't need to feel tired and sluggish. So, but it's easier said than done. But I've smaller portions for sure. And then, you know, dinner is not always the best, but definitely portion wise, way more controlled.
Yeah.
Like I was throwing away a lot of food, and that's a mental game right there. Like I don't like to
Yeah.
throw away food, but I've gotten myself trained to put less on my plate.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of the things that I've noticed, again, like I've always felt like I've been on a weight loss journey for 25 years, however long, 20 years. And I've always felt like this idea of non-scale victories is kind of hokey, because like nobody's doing this to have the scale not show weight loss. I mean, we're all just like, we're locked to that
Are
scale.
lying.
That's why I want to throw it out the window, because at the end of the day, honestly, it doesn't matter. The composition of your body and fat to muscle, and like that's what matters. And the weight, not so much. But I've been focusing on them a lot more. And you're talking about throwing away food. I've noticed that I used to eat, whether it's what's on my plate or what's in a container or whatever it was, I would eat it until it was gone, because that's just what I did. And I've noticed one of the gifts of Manjaro is I'm leaving stuff on the plate. Like I can leave like the other night, I left like 4 bites of this delicious steak because I was like, I don't have to finish that. And my body's trying to tell me that I don't need to finish that. So why would I finish it? And so I left those 4 bites of steak on the plate. It was phenomenal steak too. And I was just like, I don't need to. Then that's the gift. I'm ignoring like what Manjaro's trying to give me here. If I finish those 4 bites, plus I'm going to feel sick. So, that's a good, just a good thing to like identify and then
Hmm.
be cognizant of it when I eat.
I try to eat slower too. sit back from my food because I don't know about you, but like would sit and just like the food is the focus.
Yeah.
I almost like will have a conversation with whoever I'm eating with, or like if I have to, I know it's sad, but like scroll on my phone, just eat slower because I want to feel when I start to feel that first full feeling, it's easier for me to leave that, like I think you're told as kids, like clean your plate. You can't get up until your plate's gone. Like,
Right.
oh,
Kind of
I think
drilled in.
it's no one's fault. But yeah, so for those of us who like take it to the extreme and oh my gosh, I put 7 scoops of potatoes on my plate. Whoops.
Right.
Now I have to eat 7
Now I
scoops
have
of
to eat all of that.
potatoes.
It's not my
Oh my
choice.
gosh.
It's on
It's the way the world works. It's the rules, man.
So
Can't mess with the rules.
my boss in her former job was like a weight loss counselor, not like I don't know what her title is. She was a counselor, like certified counselor. It's what she went to school for. So like I'm always like, you're just completely picking me apart
Like
right
a
now.
dietitian?
No, she's like she was a counselor, a therapist, and she specialized in like eating disorders.
So
So
like
like,
who I need to talk to.
and I do, but she's my boss, so I feel weird. But she does. I mean,
Probably
she's
weird if you
super
make it weird.
super well studied on this stuff, and she's like, one of the big things that they try to help people who are prone to overeating, binge eating, or whatever, is to put down your fork in between bites. Just the act of taking your fork and putting it down and chewing, and but I'm so conditioned to it's like I have a job in front of me, like, and that job is to eat the food on the plate, and I don't even look up until I'm done. Sometimes Jenny will be like, are you gonna talk at all? Like it's supper time. She's like, do you have anything to say? And I'm just like, I'm eating. So anyway, a little insight into
What do you
my
mean
world.
the task at hand?
Say that again, and you kind of cut out. You're frozen. I might be frozen. It seems like you're frozen. Can anybody in the chat tell me who is frozen? Is it me or is it Chrissy? Anyone? Let's try this. Can y'all hear me? Am I still there? It's Chrissy. All right, thank you. She still looks frozen. I'm looking down at the thumbnail of her to bring her back into the screen, and she's like, so we'll bring her back into the stream when we get that connection established again. I didn't mean to just boot her. Sounds like Dave could use Noom, Melissa said. By the way, I want to pause. Mrs. Bell, welcome to the stream. I saw you joined earlier and didn't get a chance to say hey, but I appreciate you joining. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, so Mel, sounds like I could use Noom. So I have used Noom before. I didn't find it super helpful, but it may be time to try it again. So yeah, thanks for everybody who clarified who is frozen. I've noticed when I've done some of these interviews that I do, I use the same streaming service, and I'm like doing the interview, and then the person really cuts out, and then I'm like, oh, they have a bad connection. Then when I go back and watch the restream, it was actually me who had the bad connection. So that's why I ask. I'm going to bring Chrissy back in. You're there. Sorry, I don't know what happened. You froze up somehow.
Yeah. I don't know. All of a sudden, I was stuck in a position on the screen, and I was like, I think something's wrong.
Sue said Sue YouTube said you're taking a nice bath.
Right? Yes. I jumped in the deep freeze. Don't shut the lid.
Absolutely. And Joe Dirt. Yeah. Okay. So we've gotten off track, all sorts of off track. So I just want to finish like talking through this on the Wegovy stuff. So like, let's say that you get all the way to 2.4 Wegovy and you're just not impressed. Like, where do you see I mean, I hope that's not the case, and I don't think it will be. I think as you dose up into those real therapeutic doses, it's going to be a game changer. But like, let's say you get all the way to the end, like, what's your next move?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I think we just eat steak and potatoes for the rest of our life then, right? No. I really have kind of
Good to
thought
me.
about that. I feel like, yes, we throw in the towel and we give up. I think compounded Manjaro. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's, by then we're gonna have the Red Who try, and then maybe that's the thing that we try, because that's gonna be for the weight loss, right? I'm starting to cut out again, aren't
Retatitride
I?
is, yeah. That one is for weight loss. But I don't think, based upon where it's at in the trials versus where Manjaro was, it's probably at least a year off from being like on the market.
Oh, well, Manjaro for weight loss. That's what it was. By
Manjaro for
June,
weight loss,
right?
yes. Manjaro for weight loss will probably be this year. And yeah, you could
Which
start
is on
compounded.
my formulary for diabetes. So I would feel
Yeah.
like, maybe when that changes, that would change.
Yeah, and if you had no problem getting Wegovy, then once tirzepatide is added, you should be good to
Approved.
go, I would think. Yeah.
Right. And right now, like, another thing was I don't pay a dime because I have the coupon
Yeah.
and my insurance is good. So
That
right
answers your
now,
question. Yeah, sorry, Mrs. Bell was asking. She was curious what insurance is paying for Wegovy, and right now, like Chrissy just said, she's paying zero. Her insurance is picking up the lion's share of it, and then
United Healthcare
yeah,
through John Deere. I think that matters too with United.
yeah, it does, because your employer gets to pick and choose the parts of the plan it wants to add and all that. So
And they have a union, so they stood on a picket line this year for that medical benefit. So I'm glad it's working out for us.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so some other people could be on United Healthcare and not have the same coverage. That's highly likely. It's more
Right.
dependent on your employer and the plans that they choose to enroll. And that's why right now it's so important for those of you who don't have these weight loss medications on your formulary to talk to your employer, because your insurance company offers it. It's just that your employer has to opt into it. So now's the time to be talking to them. I had Michelle H., who couldn't be here. Prayers to her mom, by the way, who continues to struggle with her diabetes journey. And yeah, so prayers to her mom. I think she's on a flight now to go see her. But she had shared her willingness to share a letter that she wrote up for anybody who wants to share that with their employers. She's very, I mean, she was a paralegal for years and years and years, in charge of a lot of people and in charge of a lot of like accounts that were related to insurance companies and employees and all that stuff. She fought really hard with her employer to add bariatric coverage just so that she could have a gastric sleeve done. So all that to say, she's been through this and she wrote something up. So if you want to check out that live stream with Michelle from 2 weeks ago, she kind of says how you can reach out to her, find her on BJ Davis's Discord and reach out. She said she's happy to help people. So yeah, the chat continues to move too fast for me to really keep up with it, but Mindy
I can't even
says,
see it anymore.
yeah, Melissa says that Mindy says that Melissa is a BAMF, and I would totally agree with that. So yeah. All right. So what else you got, Chrissy? You got anything else you want to share on the Wegovy front, or should we open it up for questions? Hopefully no more glutide.
I had something and then my internet crashed. But yeah, I'll think of it. It'll be fine.
I'm at least drinking out of a Hawkeye cup. Usually I've got my Hawkeye mug, and at least I got my Hawkeye cup.
Got my Be Kind. Oh gosh.
Ah, yes.
iPad. Be kind.
Yeah. Always a great reminder. It takes $0 to be kind to people.
It does.
Emily says that endo is a great place for people to start with. Obesity is a metabolic disorder, and endo is great for that too. Yes, I agree. So questions. Who's got questions tonight? First of all, there's a lot of people smarter than I am in the chat. So the Ohio Hawkeyes, yeah, close enough, Sue, right? But yes, anyone who has questions, there's a lot of really smart people in the chat. I know some things. Chrissy's a nurse. But if anybody has any questions, now is the time to kind of throw those in the chat, put a Q in front of it so I know as this chat moves along that we need to pause and answer questions. Jess in process says that she's lost 16% of her body weight in 17 weeks on Mounjaro. Wow. That's an amazing stat. Like a percentage a week. That is so amazing. And Jess is grinding. I mean, Jess is so like Mounjaro is a tool to help you, but Jess is the secret sauce. I mean, she is grinding to lose this weight, and she's doing a great job. So kudos to you, Jess. Keep doing what you do, girl.
Is that who said they were following Noom as well?
I don't know that Jess is following Noom. Melissa is, I think, or at least she's telling me that I need to, and she's my big sister from another mister, and I probably should listen to her. But like she said earlier, I have to be ready for it, and if I'm honest, I'm not sure that I am. Michelle does Noom. Does she really? I didn't know that. Mrs. Bell's going to see her endo on the 7th of March. That's awesome. In all my time, since I've been type 2 diabetic, I have not seen an endocrinologist. And I think it's probably about time I see an endo. Yeah. No, Jess, I've done Weight Watchers and I've thought about going back to it. Actually, as recently as this last week, I was having a conversation with somebody about going back to Weight Watchers. I really love the simplicity of the program. I love that it doesn't there's different options for how you're wired. So I, even as a dude, I got to say, I think the Weight Watchers program is awesome. And I should. I just need you all to push me. Would you all push me to do it? And then I'll do it. Emily has a question for you. Chrissy, have you been open with loved ones or colleagues, or are you waiting to see how it goes before you evangelize the drug? Interesting question.
So, a little backstory. I was a health coach with a great program called Optavia, and I was so evangelically open with that I burnt myself out. Listen, I tell everybody, yes, and long and the short of it, yes, I told everyone. I haven't been posting about it because, well, a little bit of like, oh gosh, my people from Optavia are like going to see it and they're going to think that I'm a failure. But like, so that was inside me, but like definitely, I haven't, I don't hide it from anyone. Everyone I work with knows. So, yeah.
So, and I'll just piggyback off that because like I have not. So I have told a lot of people that I know that I'm close to about Manjaro, but I definitely keep it on the down low about the fact that I have a YouTube channel. So I haven't shared my YouTube channel on Facebook. I haven't shared it with, the people who I'm closest to know about it. And I don't mind telling people that I'm on Manjaro. But I'm type 2 diabetic, so it's kind of a different deal. But I have no shame in the fact that I'm on Mounjaro. It's just that I have a channel about it, and I'd rather not start with a bunch of people that I know. I've really enjoyed getting to know other people that I don't know. Matter of fact, I got the chance to meet Michelle Hess did you know that? I got the chance to meet Michelle from BJ's Discord this last week. Yeah, she came over to the conference that I was at, and we got to sit down and chat with each other. It was like super, super fun.
You just totally made it sound like I need a new circle. Oh, I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to find new people.
Screw everybody else. I'm going to make some internet friends.
Listen,
but I have internet friends and friends like for serious. Like I popped back into Discord last night for the first time in I don't know, like a week, probably since before I left. And I was like, I missed you guys, and then even doing this tonight, like just so great to see all these people. And I've got to meet like really cool people too through the channel, like interviewing people like Mindy, who's super cool, super fun. Jess, last week with the Patrice Denise, who's still got the funnest handle to say on YouTube, the Patrice Denise. Vanessa,
it's Bernice Matisse. Oh, floats. Sorry.
Oh, sounds like a chick.
Is your idea? It is.
Anne says Anne, who's my sister, who dang well knows I'm on Mounjaro. She says that makes sense though. You want the people that are interested in the subject matter. Yeah, totally. Anne, I think like it's not. It's more that like I put a lot of time in it. Like this is my hobby, and not everybody needs to be that intricately involved in my hobby. You know, the hobby being the YouTube part of it. Very reserved, Mindy. That's how I think of you. Oh, yeah,
You have no idea.
We all think of Mindy as being extremely reserved. Sorry, you cut out for a second.
I know. I think it's my AirPods, but I don't know.
Oh,
I
the
can
audio
take them out,
sounds
but then you could hear my daughter singing.
Yeah, no worries. She just let her know she has an audience. Sue said that he only shares his journey with one close friend. And I like to keep the two worlds separate. Yeah, I'm kind of like that, but I mean, I'll share my weight loss journey and my Manjaro journey probably with anybody, but it's hard. It's so intricately entwined with my YouTube stuff that like I kind of feel the same way about that part of it. Like I just like to keep the two worlds separate. Like these are my people here and those are my people there, and like except for Hambone and Chrissy.
And Becky, you know, she's sneaky watching us.
Yeah, she's just low key.
She doesn't log in, so she's not subscribed.
Yeah, okay. Well, we like those public views. Those are the monetized views.
That's what I told her, but you know.
Log in, Becky.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Mimi, I said this. Hold on. Mimi said that she told a couple friends who said I was following celebrities in a TikTok trend. Oh, that just has to be so irritating, Mimi. And I also just want to add, Mimi, when are we going to do an interview? I think I asked this last week and you dodged the answer. I want to do an interview with you. Just for the record. Kendall, question. Are you going to do the ADA conference in June? ADA conference. That I only read to be the American Dental Association, but I'm sure that's
I'm like associate district attorney because that's the kind of shows that I watch.
I'm trying to come up with something funny and I can't. Would love to get up-to-date report about the clinical trials. Yeah, Kendall. So the conference calls. Kendall, are you? If you're a subscriber to the channel, go to my my playlist, and I have one that's all like the Manjaro news updates. But I follow all the Eli Lilly conference calls, and I do a rundown of all of them. The Q4 conference call went over like a lot of the clinical trials and where they're at currently and where they're headed, and had a little slide in it that listed them all. Check that out because that's some good information. But they'll continue to update that in like the quarter one conference call that they'll do here in a couple of weeks. They also have another, they're participating in something early next month, and I'll be doing a rundown on that. I'll bet they'll share some there. Oh, American Diabetic Association, the diabetic guy who runs a YouTube channel about his diabetes and his medicine can't figure out the ADA is the American Diabetic Association, but it's also the American Dental Association in my defense. So thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you setting me straight on that. And kind of making me look like an idiot, but actually it was me that made me look like an idiot. Mindy's going to bounce. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up here too. We're at about 58 minutes. I like to wrap it up at about an hour. But yeah, appreciate you all joining. You all are the best part of what we do here. If nobody has any other questions or anything funny to add to make me laugh before we get off here, I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are just so much fun. I appreciate you all coming back and joining the stream tonight. Chrissy, thank you as always.
Anytime.
Yeah. I mean, same bat time, same bat channel next week. If I can get Mimi to do an interview, just another plug to see if she responds.
She said that she would be willing to.
Oh, did she? Did she? I see. I missed it.
Watch the chat, bro.
She probably said that. I am watching the chat. It just moves too quick to keep up. I'm scrolling back up because I'm going to put it up on the screen.
It was in the end of her answer. She was very irritated and she let them know I would be happy to do an interview.
There, I'll put it up.
No, I can't.
Thank you, Mimi. Okay.
Yes, I did dodge the question.
I appreciate that. I want to meet you, and I want to hear your lovely accent in person, so to speak. Yeah. So, all right. Rosie Two Tread was the highlight. Yeah, I agree with that. Sue YouTube always has the zingers in here. He's maybe the best part of this show, to be totally honest with you. He always makes me
Whoa.
laugh. So yeah, Vanessa has a special video she's working on. Vanessa, like I don't know that I realized that you had a channel. So I need to check
Listen,
that out. It doesn't make it super
I'm
easy for me to
sorry.
like click on people and look at their stuff. So oh snap.
Is
We're
anyone ordering girls?
we're removing Chrissy from the stream. That's not helpful.
I'm not eating them. That's the good
Oh,
part.
that is the
11
good.
boxes I bought, maybe 6 cookies I've eaten. I'm just saying that's a win.
Hey, that is a win. That is a win.
Small
So yeah,
victories.
if anybody needs Girl Scout cookies, I'm sure there are multiple people here who are selling them as well. You know, like the peanut butter ones. Let's just talk off camera about those. I probably want to buy. I want to buy some and donate them
Yes.
to someone. You know, I'm just a good guy like that. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate you joining. We're going to do this again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, 9:00 p.m. Central Time, Friday Night Live. We're going to hopefully have a little bit more organized show next week. But I definitely wanted to do one for funsies tonight. Missed all y'all. Appreciate y'all joining. Melissa, Vanessa, Mrs. Bell, Miss Tapman. Hey, welcome, Miss Tapman. Thanks for joining. Sue, YouTube. All the folks who joined early on. Kendall, BJ, Jess and Process, Mimi. Thank you all for joining. You're the best part of this stream. Thank you for those who became members. Remember, if you want to become a member of the channel to get exclusive access to videos and early access to video releases, you can find that link in the description, along with all the other. Oh, there's one more thing I want to tell you about. This is a fun thing that I'm going to start doing every week. Okay. I forgot to do this in the What's Fresh. I promise. This will be really quick. In the description of this video, I'm starting something, TM. It's called Amazon Roulette. So I'm just putting a link there, and it's a random thing I found on Amazon that I think is cool. I'm not saying what it is. Just got to click the link to find out. It's an affiliate link. This is a way to goat people into clicking an affiliate link. I'm going to be honest. That's what it is. But it's also kind of fun way to just see what Dave's up to on Amazon. So if you want to see what that is, there's a little hint. See if you can guess what it is. Check it out. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next stream. Thank you all for joining. You're the best part of the stream. Have a great Friday night and a great rest of your weekend. Bye.